This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting, proudly sponsored by Boohoo Man. I'm joined by Alexis Demetrius outside. Well, this interview's happening. I'm not sure when it's going to go up. This interview's happening before all the fights. We're outside the arena now. Alexis, which fight are you most looking forward to on the card?
I think the Gulf fight is going to be great for the belt. I mean, Julie's looking big as normal, but she's outmatched now size-wise, so it should be an interesting fight. But I think the most interesting for me will probably be Kenny and Adam Brook. I think it'll be quite a fun fight because everyone's thinking Kenny's going to run him over. And to be fair, odds say he's youth and what have you, but Adam can fight a little bit. So I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I don't think it's going to be as clear cut as people think.
And you're here today as a fan?
Yeah, I'm here today as a fan, definitely. Yeah.
Normally, I'm only saying that because normally you're cornering guys, but now you don't have to worry about much. You can just sit back ringside and enjoy them all.
Yeah, we're just rolling as a team tonight, so we're all here.
Okay. Are you still training HS Tiki Toki?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, I mean,
is it difficult training someone when they're on the other side of the world?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we before he left, we were training quite a lot. He was in the gym every day. We were getting a lot of work done. He was doing really well, and obviously he's abroad. But I was actually just in Dubai now, so it's sparring. So we're at the same gym. So we've got one of the guys he's training with owns the gym out there that is a friend of mine.
Tam.
So yeah, Tam's that's our house when we're out there. So we use that gym. We spar all the guys out there. So it's kind of same thing.
So you guys are still his coaches then, HS?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice. When's he back in the UK?
That's a big question, isn't it?
Yeah, I like crushing Alexis.
Yeah, that's probably a question you should ask.
We're talking about HS Tiki Toki.
Star, if he could just a little bit.
I just got when is he coming back to London? I said.
Here's Mams to answer that question.
There you go. That's what I thought.
We'll talk about this then. In terms of JJ, he's back in the gym. Has he lost all the weight he put on?
No, we put on weight for a reason.
Okay.
Like we've been actively trying to put on weight. And the difference is, JJ as a person naturally walks around. He's like struggling to hit 170 when he first started fighting. It's like I know he might put on weight, but from an athletic point of view, we're not going to have somebody who's unhealthy and who's unfit and who can't do the rounds fight. So when he starts getting into shape, he loses weight, and his natural frame was quite small. And now his natural frame is bigger because we've managed to put on weight strategically, and it's taken our time. A lot of guys that put on weight very like muscle weight really quickly tend to do it in a kind of fraudulent fashion. It's not real muscle and it might be supplement aided. Whereas when you put on weight gradually, it tends to stay a bit better and he carries it a little bit better. So I think we put on some weight, but he's got a lot of power with that weight.
So what weight is he weighing right now?
He's in the region of 200 pounds.
Oh wow, okay.
Really, yeah, he's in the region of 200 pounds.
Okay. Do you like him at that weight class?
Yeah, he punched. Like I said, the bonus is he punches massively hard, like way harder than he's ever punched before in his life. But we now have a gas tank to power that 200 pounds. So it's like you got to make sure that you're gonna have to trim some of that down so that you get what you want out of it.
Okay. Because I'm only asking that because there's loads of rappers pulling up. I'm sure there'll be lots of flashy cars. Jake Paul was weighing about 240 pounds, which makes the fight even. When you look at KSI's last fight at 185, or when he likes fighting down to like 175, it looks like it's almost impossible to be made. I take it if Jake Paul was to fight KSI, would that be like a 200-pound weight class?
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave that to the promoters to sort out. As far as I'm concerned, Jake Paul stylistically fits us. I couldn't care what weight he was at. I mean, obviously we're going to make it fair because that's what we should do. I mean, you've seen recently Ryan Garcia Hanley missed by 3 pounds, and that looked not so fair. Regardless of what it was stylistic, there's a weight to be made. So I think when it comes to weight, we've always got to be strict with it because you're dealing with people's lives, so weight matters. But generally speaking, I think stylistically that fight suits us. So I'm not really. We'll make sure the weight's fair for both of us. Like there's not going to be any hydration clauses or this, that, or the other. I think we should just make a weight, meet in the middle, and go. Well, we fight out what he fights out, split the difference, meet in the middle. Should be quite simple.
What do you make of Jake Paul, Mike Tyson? It's being a pro-sanctioned fight now. I know it's got 14-ounce gloves and 2-minute rounds, but it's still a real fight at the end of the day.
No, it's not. It can't be a real fight at 14-ounce gloves and 2-minute rounds. There's no professional sanctioning body in the world that has that. So what they've done is paid for something that is a bit fraudulent. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. There aren't any 2-minute. The only 2-minute champions I know are women. There isn't a professional organisation in the world, WBC, IBF. They don't have 2-minute rounds for men. So I don't know whether I get it. I get it's promotional. I don't like to see Mike Tyson fighting at 58 years old. I don't like to see him taking a payday. I wouldn't want to see it on his pro record. And fighting is a young man's sport. So I really hope, and so I'm sure so does everyone, Mike Tyson irons him out. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Jake's a young, tough buck that's training and that carries power and that carries cardio, and I think it could be problematic. But 2-minute rounds suits him suits Jake in a way, Mike in a way that he might not get KO'd. His gas tank might not be exposed in 2-minute rounds. So it may suit him in a way, if that makes sense. But I don't like it.
Do you reckon Jake knocks him out then?
I don't want to say it. I really hope not.
So would your childhood be destroyed if Jake knocks him out?
No, definitely not. Look, the thing is, I've seen lots of people do lots of silly things for money.
Right.
So when you're getting a guarantee from Netflix and you're doing something huge, I understand that. I understand that he wants to be part of something enormous. For me, every bit of money there is, it would all be worthless if you have no integrity and no pride. And I think Mike's been through a lot. Mike Tyson's been through a lot, and he values that paycheck. He's like, what's a fight? For him, it's a different value. I think when you get to a certain age or a certain level of experience, things are valued differently.
Okay. That's an interesting point there, I guess. I guess when you fought so many times, and then you thought, okay, it's just another fight, I'm going to get paid even more money. Does it do more numbers? Does Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, because it's on the Netflix, does it do more numbers than, in terms of social media numbers, worldwide pay-per-view buys, or people watching it in concurrence? Does it do more than Usyk versus Fury?
100%. And the reason why is you've got diehard boxing fans that are interested in that Fury Usyk fight, whereas you've got nostalgic fans that are interested in Mike Tyson. He's an interesting guy, it's an interesting fight, and then you've got the younger crowd with Jake Paul. I think it sells massively, but I don't think it sells. It's on Netflix. I mean, people are going to tune in. It's a great move that they've made on Netflix. I think it's the future of sports is Netflix. Unfortunately, for certain channels, I think maybe when you've got 500 million subscriptions, you've got buying power. It's a no-brainer. So I think that, unfortunately, I think that a lot of sports are going to go down that route. But then there's a great if you've got Netflix, it's great, right?
Well, for the fans, it's ideal.
I think it's great. I think you're going to get the fights you want to see, the guaranteed purse. I think people are going to get paid more, so they're going to be more willing to do it. I think boxing now has taken from crossover boxing, with what we've all done around here. From this small boxing industry, like from an influencer scene, you're getting now boxers saying, "Well, we've got to put on these big fights." Fans want to see big fights, so they're matching guys that they hadn't been matching in a very long time.
If you guys, as the team, got offered the Mike Tyson fight on Misfits, would you have declined it? Would you have taken it? Or how would you feel about it?
Yeah,
Mike versus KSI.
Yeah, for us, it's a dead fight. I mean, the amount of respect you have for Mike Tyson, the amount of we want competitive, crazy, hard fights that can motivate us. And I know there's an element where it just seems like people kind of feel sorry for Mike Tyson taking the fight because he wants a payday. And I don't want to be part of that. That's not something that we want to be part of. A live opponent like Tommy Fury, a live opponent like Jake Paul, a live opponent like Conor McGregor, a live opponent like Floyd Mayweather, who's alive because he still fights. He's active, he's still in shape, he's still working. He just beat JJ's brother. Like, they're active fights. They're fights that people would want to pay to see and that you'd want to be part of and you'd wake up in the morning and train your ass off for. But a 58-year-old man that walks around with a walking stick, honestly, it just doesn't do it for me. It really doesn't. I'll be honest.
But you'll be watching.
100%. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. All the shit I can talk, I'll 100% be tuning in. Yeah.
I guess that's the end of the day. Everyone will be talking about it, but then everyone will want to see it. But no, I'll come down to the gym next week and we'll do some sparring. Or do some mitts first.
Bit of both.
But who am I to come down to the gym and say, Alexis, I want mitts? As a coach, that's the most arrogant thing a fighter could come in and possibly say, I feel.
Think the interesting thing about fighting is that everyone can look good on mitts. And I'm sure you do, and I know you've had fights before, and I've seen you. So I know you've got skill. The issue is, do it in front of somebody. It's not a crazy nut spot, but let's just see where your gas tank is. Let's see where your defense is, where your offense is, how you think, how you tactically think during sparring. Do you understand what I mean? How you critically think when there's action, when there's combat, and then we can figure out where you're at, and then we can start making plans and figure things out. But I think any coach who just takes guys on the mitts and tells them how great they are, I think they want a payday and they're not confident at their job. If you make a mistake and get it wrong, it should be my job to tell you what you're doing wrong, correct you, then you should go out and it should change, right? Yeah. So I have some accountability and responsibility. It's not just on you, but your responsibility is that you get in there and show what you've got. Not say what you've got and not feel good on the mitts and not feel good on the bag. You've got a responsibility to be fit, to be in shape, to try and come in and do your best. And then together as a coach and as a fighter, we then progress that. That's how there should be an intrinsic relationship that goes beyond us just telling each other how good we are. I can't tell you how good I am as a coach, and you can't tell me how good you are as a fighter. We've got to show each other and then we'll figure it all out.
Well, I don't know how good I am, if I'm dead honest. So that's what I need to find out. But the first spar will be terrible. Second spar will be terrible. The third and fourth for where you would see where you're at, I think.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, look, I don't know. I just know that I'm really diligent at my job. I'm good at my job. I work my ass off. I know what I can do when someone puts in their heart and soul into something and has got talent and has boxed before. So I know for a fact that it's not going to be hard to get you to a decent spot. It's just figuring out how far we are away from that. So if someone said, like, I want to fight in a month, I'm like, okay. First of all, let's see how we are. Right. You can't say, I'm fighting on this date, and we have no frame of reference, because it just seems unrealistic. And then it's unprofessional for me to say, yeah, we're going to take that fight in 8 weeks, when I've never seen you spar. Do you know what I mean? I want to make sure I'm doing my job. We're both a representation of each other, right? Do you understand what I mean? It's not just you fighting out there. I'm fighting and wearing your corner.
Also, if your fighter goes out and gets knocked out or loses embarrassingly, that represents bad on the coaches.
Look, listen, I'm okay with losing. If there's a better man in the room, then that's the case. It's not us. For me, it's going in there fully prepared, so that you're super confident and I'm super confident. That means the sparring's gone really well, your fitness is good, and we're both. It doesn't matter whether we lose to a better man. That never ever bothers people that do good. You know, that never bothers competent fighters or coaches. I think what bothers us is when you don't turn up or I don't turn up and we don't give 100%, then that's what bothers us. I think you'd be pissed off if I was like late to the session, wasn't paying attention, was on my phone, you'd be like, why the fuck am I here? And I'd be the same if I was like, I told you to do that run and you're unfit and you can't even finish a round. We both have a responsibility. So long as we both do our responsibility, I don't care about the result. I'm sure we'll do good.
Well, I did the park run, the 5k, and it was 20 minutes on the dot. So then that's fit. That's fit enough.
It's getting there.
What's yours?
16:55.
What's Mams's?
I don't know. I wouldn't say on camera.
I said, what's your 5k run time?
It wouldn't be good right now, I'll tell you that.
Max Kadar is fighting on Misfits. Very exciting, very exciting. Awesome. Well, Alexis, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.